sinking. That's the truth, and it's a very, very difficult hole they're in at the moment. 110 of 83, that may not be frightening, that may not be out of their equation, but the problem is they've lost 6 wickets. They still have Hina Tigala, who took them over the line in the last game, but this is a completely different challenge. Ilmi is the new batter. He's got something on that bat. And he gets a single off the mark.
Things were just looking good for Sri Lanka under 19. Pressure. Look at the scorecard. The runs required 8 per over. That took over the batter.
Good shot. Very good shot. That's a boundary. See, when you play shots like that and when you can accumulate runs like that, it begs the question as to why Sigera had to play that shot, because he was looking all right. I mean, there was a partnership that was growing, and there was always the possibility you backfill the last 10 overs and maybe then make that call. Oh no! Oh no! This is clever bowling, really clever bowling, and I love the celebration of the bowler. That was unique as well. The cleverness on his part was he bowled it slower. The ball didn't arrive, and Hina Tigala, who had played the reverse the previous ball, attempted it again.
Look at that slow, clever piece of bowling, trying to repeat the feat. He misses the line. Look at that celebration. The Tigers roar again. Another wicket goes down. A big moment in the game. The man who was getting those runs, Hina Tigala, back in the head. A well fought 41. Sri Lanka under 19, 121 for the loss of 7.
Come on, Shariar, number 8, bye. Left arm round 2 to come.
Seneviratne is the new batter. Well, he's renowned his prowess to do with bowling, but he can also handle the bat. He's a bit of an all-rounder. Setnika Seneviratne. But it's an uphill task, Mudassar. The run rate is against them, the number of wickets are against them. And as I said earlier, it's a very big hole they're in. Solid defense is not going to help. 121 for 7, and they're having a bit of a drizzle as well. Sri Lanka. Turn that time.
Three spinners. Not giving an inch. Basir, couple of wickets. In his kitty. Ahmed, very impressive as always. 6 overs, 16 runs, 3 wickets to his name. So the sun is out, but started to drizzle here at ICC Cricket Academy. Slip in position. Problem has been the partnerships.
Well, Singles are not going to hurt Bangladesh at all, and they won't mind it. They're quite willing to let Sri Lanka take singles. This is that last wicket. Look at how slow it is. It hardly arrives. It hardly bounces. Almost along the ground, and this is like it's a magnificent celebration. This is special.
Oh, look at the turn and bounce. Excellent take by the wicket keeper. Sharp behind the stumps.
Yeah, but there is a lot of turn, isn't it? This we expected as the game progresses. Look at the bounce. And batters will find it very difficult to cope with such deliveries, cope with a surface like this.
Bowling so well in the first innings. They just lost the plot in the second innings, Sri Lanka under 19. Was it because of that cautious approach being too defensive for Sri Lanka under 19?
That could have been one. That can be one reason, but I would say that it wasn't easy. They'll get a single off the last ball. 123 for 7. Hundred and 3 of 72 balls is what Sri Lanka needs. That gap is widening. Bangladesh attacking them with spin.
Great ball, great ball, great ball.
Looking at the surface, the captain persisting with the spinners and not letting him down. 5 wickets between Basir and Ahmed.
Shots like that will be played by the Sri Lankan batters, because we all know that just defending and looking for singles are going to help, because now the required rate is what? Just over 11 overs. They need close to about 9 plus, 8.66, sorry. So that's climbing with every dot. So you need to try and force the issue.
Is that batters not coming to the party, apart from Tigala. He showed some sign of promise when he was out there in the middle. Especially batting on such surface, you need runs from both the ends. You just cannot expect one batter to come out and get those runs.
It's about batting as a partnership. Tigala was looking good. Sigera's wicket was a big wicket. I'm not suggesting that had Sigera been there, Sri Lanka could have won, but still there was a chance, because you could have just taken Sri Lanka closer, and lots of things can happen. Two dots, very good bowling. 126 for 7. We're down to the last 11 overs. Right, the dressing room, they realize that it's not looking good, and it's looking a little bit beyond them now. 126 for 7. They'll be mightily disappointed after they restricted Bangladesh to 225. Huge, huge, but not huge enough. He picks that longest boundary and finds the fielder. And that's another one down. That's wicket number 8. Sri Lanka collapsing.
The situation demanded him to go big. Not much known for his batting skills. Veeratne. Tamim at last, his strikes was played towards that longer part of the ground. And Al-Amin makes no mistake. Wicket number 8 goes down for Sri Lanka under 19. It's 126 on board.
It's a game that Sri Lanka was desperate to win for many reasons. Of course, topping the group would have been good. But now they're still in the semi-finals, but they go in as the second team. And they'll be telling themselves that they had a chance. As they came in, Bangladesh was flying away. This is Rasit Nimsara. And then the Sri Lankan spinners got into action, curtailed them. And they would feel that the batters have let them down. Because the 226 wasn't frightening by any means. It wasn't out of their reach. But it needed a proper application. It needed the proper approach. Now they're looking to bowl it even slower.
And also the wicket. And this is what happened few deliveries ago. Trying to go big. Al-Amin today he's having in the field. A few boundaries, now taking a catch. It's all about spinners in this game.
So they're tightening the noose. Bowling dots, bowling good areas. Sri Lanka down to their numbers 8 and 10. Numbers 7 and 10.
Number 9, boys. Come on, boys.
8 and 10. Ilmi, the wicket keeper, and the fast bowler.
It's all about the momentum going into the semi-final. Both the teams came into this game looking for a win. In the air, one more chance, Rizan, and he drops. He just overran. Miles up in the air. An opportunity goes begging.
Not going to hurt Bangladesh at this stage. Still, they got plenty in the bank. So 98 of 61 is not a problem. He got underneath it, slightly overran, as you said. Oh gosh, be careful of those glasses. It could have deflected onto the glasses. And that would have been painful. Oh, bold. That's the natural variations. Just goes straight through. 128 for 8. Naveed Nawaz will be very pleased with the way his Chargers have performed. And that's the final power play confirmed by the umpires. So 5 fielders is the limit. Not that Bangladesh need it at this stage with numbers 8 and 10 batting. They can afford to bring in the field, attack a little bit more. But for some reason, they're spreading their field. They're pushing their men onto the boundary. That's interesting. I sometimes wonder.
Kind of a spread field given by the captain. They are the defending champions. They came well prepared into this tournament. They played more matches compared to all the other teams in this tournament. Before this tournament, Bangladesh under 19, led by Tamim, who was also captain in the previous edition for Bangladesh under 19 side. Nimsara and Hilmi, not much known for the batting skills. Got runs on board, and on this tricky surface, the spinners came to the party at the right time for Bangladesh under 19 side. A lot of homework needs to be done by Sri Lanka under 19 team going into the semi-final.
Well, with so much of gaps available, Sri Lankans will be happy to knock it around. It's for nobody's gain. Bangladesh wouldn't be worried because they got runs on the board. Sri Lanka's going nowhere with singles. Required run rate is 10. Oh, well bowled. Very well bowled. It turned just enough. That is a brute of a delivery.
Not a sharp turn. Just enough to beat the bat.
Now that one comes in with the arm, so that's not easy. That is the natural variation the surface is offering. So it challenges the batters to make that decision as to what shot to play.
Nuran.
131 for 8.
So things not going in favor of Sri Lanka under 19 in this run chase. Just a couple of wickets are left. This innings for Sri Lanka under 19s, persisting with the spinners. Basir bowled exceptionally well, very economical, and also got wickets under his belt. It all started with Imon getting better of Chamudita. The early introduction of spin by Tamim. Wickets went down and they struggled to build a partnership. Sri Lanka under 19. Beautifully managed, and look at that effort. Zawad, a full length dive. Sharp in the field.
Yep, nicely played and well fielded as well. To his left and diving, that's the commitment, sharpness. We have seen, there goes the reverse, but well, the risk for nothing. Element of risk playing that shot, but just cannot find the field or find the gap. Wide.
Oh, this innings, they made sure to keep the wicketkeeper busy behind the stumps. Doing an excellent job. Was going down the leg, sharp reflexes. What are the areas do you think, Roshan, they want to correct going into that semi-final?
Boys, all out না হয়নি কিন্তু এখনো কেউ
Well,
রিল্যাক্স
to me,
করবেন
it's
না।
quite obvious it's the batting. Against Afghanistan, they struggled and Hina Tigala took them over the line.
Good stop, রাতুল ভাই।
But they'll pay a lot of attention about the lack of partnerships, possibly the number of dots, maybe the way they bowled in the first 10 to 15 overs, maybe 20 until the spinners came on. So those will be the points of consideration and where they would want to improve. 135 for 8 and Basir has bowled an excellent spell. 2 for 27 in 10. Well, these are the last 10 overs we generally talk about. Look at India. They're going at 10. Pakistan at just under 9. Afghanistan. Impressive. But Sri Lanka, little over 6. Quite a gap between 7.5 and 6. Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. So Ahmed continues. Sharia Ahmed 3 for 22. He's had an excellent spell of left arm spin.
As Roshan mentioned in the previous over, there are plenty of areas that they need to work going into the semi-final, and they have got just one day before that semi-final. Concerned face of the head coach, the spin bowling coach.
Real ball.
He did everything right, Dilruwan Pereira, because the spinners, they bowled quite well. They were the ones who got those wickets in the first innings. They made sure to keep Bangladesh under 19 below 250.
That's deflected. I'm just wondering whether it's the pad or whether there was something. No, I think it's a leg by. So the game just meandering along, nothing really. No one's gaining anything. Oh, there's off the body.
Sharia number Sharia.
Sri Lanka under 19 virtually in a no-win position at the moment.
Hey, ball.
And with deliveries like that, the pitch playing very, very differently
Lovely Sharia, lovely
from what it
Sharia.
looked like.
Number 9, boy. Come on, boy.
Here's the last ball. This has been a wonderful spell by young Sharia Ahmed.
Hey, cut, laga.
And he'll get a single. 43 done, and we're down to the last 7. Sri Lanka 138 for 8. Shall I run off to the washroom and come? Lovely.
Sri Lanka under 19 need 88 from 42. Leave that equation aside. The writing is clearly on the wall. They're staring down the barrel of a defeat unless and until a Christmas miracle comes early. And that would mean that Bangladesh seal their spot in first place in Group B. They'd end up taking on Pakistan in the semi-final at the sevens. As Imon is back into the attack to wrap things up. with his express pace. And express pace is always by my side in the commentary box when Shomanai Ghosh is here. Hi, Sam.
Hi, Atish. Very kind of you.
I just felt you got stumped by that introduction. Similarly, pretty stumped by Sri Lanka's approach to this innings. Going for that lap shot, trying to do the extraordinary Hilmi there. Usually stares down the batters, now a wry smile etched on Imon's face. A 2 for today. Getting the better of the opener Chamudita, who was the half-centurion in the previous encounter against Afghanistan. This faint edge.
Yeah, faintest of edges, and then the short delivery. Well-directed one. Just the neck there. Keeper was standing way behind. No way it could have been stumped. It was just a beamer. Surprised by it.
You're talking about yourself now, aren't you?
Where were you?
Nice sound off the bat. Could take a couple. Now it's important that they don't go through the motions. They know they've almost won. And I like the intensity that Tamim has kept throughout. As we recall throughout, it's been a tough outing for the batters, bar one today. Lapped it up. And will take that 6. The extra pace assisting the batter.
Where was he all this while? Scoring runs quickly. And as Atish said, using the pace of the bowler quite well. A brave shot, getting the results also. Hilmi moves on to 16 of 18. This intent coming a little bit too late in this innings from Sri Lanka.
Back of the hand, slower delivery, cross seam as well. Everything in that ball.
Brings up a wry smile on the keeper, Faridun Faisal's face as well. Well disguised. Back of a hand, slower delivery. Even he slipped.
Turned off the pitch. Was more like an express leg spinner, that ball. One more time. This time the batter was ready for it. Hilmi, the keeper in the Sri Lankan side, probably read it. 44 overs done, 147 for 8. Shahryar Ahmed, courtesy the 3-for, is now in the list for the most wickets taken. Finds itself at number 4. This being led by the impressive fast bowler from India, Dipesh Devendran. I have some interesting news emanating from the 7s, by the way, Sam. Of course, Afghanistan won that match against Nepal, but we were talking constantly about the picturesque setting. Oh, mix up! Oh, mix up by the keeper as well. I'll tell you the news later.
The throw surely could have been better. The throw could have been better. They were soft hands calling for two early on. Now, here comes the throw, and the keeper had to do quite a bit. Not an easy take. A bit of fortune on Sri Lanka's side. They're darting that one in. Shahir Ahmed is bowled so well. Here's the throw again. Through the hands of the keeper. With the gloves on, one would have thought maybe he could have grasped it. But yeah, ideally, would expect a better throw. Something that will not bite them, Bangladesh.
Now the news from the sevens. Usually we love going to that ground. Today we should thank our stars we're here because of the sandstorm. Turns out that the tent that we were commentating in flew away.
Breaking news. I hope our colleagues are fine.
Some of them did report to the ICC Academy. I wonder if they took flight through the storm.
Were they riding the tent or what?
Like Aladdin's magic carpet. We have the commentator magic tent. Small victories, 150 up on the board for Sri Lanka.
Well, we are in that part of the world, aren't we? Use of the genie lamp, 150 on the board. Well said by my fellow colleagues. Small victories, you take the wins, as many as you can take. The third 50 coming in the quickest time.
And that's the score after 45. 150 for 8. Their focus must be on the semi-final now already. The one that they'd face against India. Sri Lanka, as Jawad Abrar just fell one shy of a third 50. He's now in the top 5 in terms of run makers, but perhaps the most consistent out of all of them. Would it be safe to say that?
On some regards, definitely.
Another one over the keeper's head.
I was surely making a case for himself. Is Hilmi not afraid to take the bowler on? Well, the intent, no less than filmy from Hilmi. One bounce over the ropes. Different fast bowler on this occasion, but gets 4.
Sam, what are you doing here? You should be writing for the silver screen. Wide as Razin can't keep his discipline.
More than happy to be on this screen with you, my friend.
I mean, we're off screen as of right now. But what would they be thinking? India in their sights. With the form India has, there would be a cause for concern, especially the way they've given away the ascendancy in this match today. Going for the extraordinary. Very clear, the umpire. Not out. Calm down.
Razin was so hopeful. Was looking for his first wicket. And the on-field umpire also has a smirk on. There's Rashid Waqar. Here's the attempt. Not the length to play that, but it's a good take from Farid Hasan Faisal behind the stumps.
I love his expression. I love the way he said not out. Not this expression, this was more of a sigh of relief. They're going for the second again. Again, the throw, not very well directed. Seems like when the fielders are under pressure, they're not being able to find their target. Something that needs to be looked at. Now about Jawad Abrar, the interesting thing, Sam, is that he's reached landmark score, almost reached landmark scores twice now. 96 in the first, 49 today.
We'll just concentrate on the shots for now, then get to that. Some lovely shots from him. Looks so good, so solid whenever the deliveries were in his arc. Very positive. And it's certainly someone who takes the game away and played a pivotal part because they got the start. Yes, we've talked about 300 was on the cards, 250, say the least. It was that attacking start, that positive intent. And when we saw the number of deliveries taken by Sri Lankan batters for the 50s, great shots there, great fielding on the field as well, Jawad Abrar. We noticed that it was the top order. It was the first 50. They took a bit of time, quite a bit of time, Sri Lanka. I understand the wickets fell. You know, he idolizes Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. All fairness, I see glimpses of that. Yes, early days, but bodes well for the future of Bangladesh cricket.
Roll his fingers on the ball.
Bhai, two ball, bhai.
Again, a slight misfield. Is the throw better this time?
Bhai, Rizan bhai.
The keeper's not happy with Rizan. Really not happy. He dropped a catch earlier as well, if you recall.
No, he hasn't bowled today. Rizan Hussain. Again, set the standards high.
Bhai, two ball, bhai.
They do not want to allow the second. Keeper certainly passing the message across to Rizan at long on.
Crashed away. And it might head to the boundary. Imon trying to embrace his inner Messi, couldn't cut it off. At the end of 46, it's 163 for 8. The last 30 deliveries have yielded 32 runs. Hilmi with 2 boundaries and 1 6 is scoring at a rate of 106 as we speak. Especially that cover drive. The last ball of that previous over.
Attempted Yorker, but he came forward, so full credit to the batter. Crunched it through covers. Effort from him on. Needs to be careful, the fast bowler. Some footwork brought out, but applauded that boundary. Again, maybe this injection of optimism should have come much earlier on.
You know how I know Imon is all right? He's ready to bowl another over.
How clever.
A keen observer, my friend. Nothing much more than that. Taking that run, taking the keeper on. Hilmi wants strike. He wants to impress and he wants to make a case for himself. Come the semi-final, push me up the order.
Spoke my heart there, Atish. Absolutely spoke my heart. Definitely making a case for himself. Well on course. Yes, they've qualified beforehand. They will be taking on India, one of the top sides.
they may take on India. Mathematically, it's still possible that Sri Lanka pull a rabbit out of their hat and win this match. Interested to see what the umpire says, even though the batter did move away wide, signalled.
They'll have to bring out something extremely special from here on because they need 60 of 24. Back of a hand slower, attempted, too wide. I think need to be on their toes again on the field because it's still not over. And particularly, Hilmi proved to be dangerous.
What's interesting is Jawad Abrar is at fly slip for that top edge. First legal delivery as he followed Hilmi. So just looking for that top edge in case Hilmi does try and play that lap and mistimes it, because you're seeing he's trying to go for the eccentric. He's not playing with a straight bat. Again, just showcases how impressive the thinking of Tamim has been. He's shuffled the field around time and again. He's taken more time, of course. There we go. Takes the lap, but this time there's a very fine leg for that very reason again. So Tamim just understands the game. His game reading has been exceptional.
Spot on. This very shot. Credit to Hilmi as well, who's taken the challenge. Like, I'll still go forward and play that shot. Or not go forward, wait for the delivery and lap it away. Fly slip coming into play. They've got good shoulders on their heads. Another change. Fine leg fielder will come in now on the edge of the circle. So square legs also in. Third also on the edge.
Are they going for the second? They are. Jittery running between the wickets. Jittery follow-up in the fielding.
Not over until it actually is. That is where, exactly why I mentioned they need to be on their toes. Good running between the wickets, between Nimsara and Hilmi. Partnership now 43 or 48 between the two.
Slower delivery. It didn't reach Tamim, who's hovering just inside the circle, but would be cutting a frustrated figure because, just as you mentioned, 44, the partnership of 49. When you have that chokehold on the game, somehow these boys are giving Sri Lanka room to breathe.
It is also about sealing the deal. Even going forward, as they say, put the nail in the coffin, and this also needs to be a habit, wrapping up the game.
Again, just shuffling across. Hilmi has made his intentions very clear. He's not going to stay still. He wants to attack square of the wicket. You can see the fly slip in Jawad Abrar and that very straight fine leg just by the side screen there. He's masked by the hoardings.